Hallelujah. Glory be to God. Thank God for all the King's men this morning. Welcome to another Friday assessment. Yes, I'm excited. Why? Because you have joined in for another Friday. So you said, I'm pressing in because I'm pressing to be better. I'm pressing in because the enemy tried to take me out this week. The enemy wanted me to give up this week, but I said, no, there's greater on the inside that's on the outside. Look, what do I mean? I said, there are forces that are coming at you, but there's something on the inside that's greater than the forces that's coming at you today. Glory be to God. I bless God for each and every one of you that you have decided to join in and said, my life will never be the same. The Friday assessments is about your life being changed, about your life being transformed. Look, don't be afraid of change. Change is so important and change is inevitable. So, all the kings, man, that's what I want to talk. I want to focus today on change. I want to focus on being transformed. Why is that so important? Because it's so important because just as the title says, change transformed my life. Why? Because change is necessary. When something becomes the same, when something stays the same, it becomes stagnant. I promise you, go around somewhere where the water source, there's nowhere for it to move. Anytime you find a water source that does not move, it stays the same, it becomes stagnant. You got growth. You got growth that's not productive to the area that provides life. But when you see a stream, it's always flowing through, meaning that there is life. So you have to go through. They got this theory called the change house. And it's about getting you back to renewal. You go through different phases. You go through a denial phase. You go through a confused phase. And then there's a phase where you accept change and you end up back in the renewal state. I have to tell you that I learned to embrace change. Why? Because change is constant. Change renews you. Change challenges you. And if you don't want to be challenged, I have to question. I have to question you because if you don't embrace challenges, you're going to always complain about the things that are happening. You're always going to be wondering why are you failing at things, because change is going to continue to come. Change is going to continue to challenge you. Why? Because the world continues to change. We're in the midst of change in the world right now, and it's transforming some things. You got a choice to either reject it or accept it and move on. Why? Because inside of change there are things that you see, it challenges you to be better than what you are today. And being better than what you are today is becoming who God designed you to be. That's what it's all about. It's becoming who God designed you to be. If you don't believe change is transforming lives, let's go to the Bible. We can look at those that were mentored by great leaders. We can look at when great leaders, great kings, they died. People didn't want to accept the next king. They didn't even realize that this person was being prepared for. Look, I go over there to Joshua and I think about how we spoke to Joshua. And he said, look, Moses is gone and it's time for you to go forward. Do you realize that Moses had been preparing Joshua to take over? Look, this was a change that transformed his life. Look, now God spoke directly to him. He said, you follow my directions, follow my instructions. No man can stand up to you. Look, he said, you will have good success. Look, that's changed, transformed his life. Did he want Moses to die? No. But what he did, because he had all the tools that was necessary, he had the very God that was back in Moses, back in him. His life was being transformed right before his eyes. Why? Because he was about to take the people of God over into the promised land. He was about to take them over into more than enough. He was about to take them into the land of milk and honey, the land of everything that they need. Were there going to be challenges in that land? Yes, but he told them that you're going to conquer those challenges if you only listen to my word. Look, change requires something of you. That's why the Friday assessment is so important. The Friday assessment requires something of you. It requires you to be invested in the process. When you're invested in the process, you have no other choice but to be better. Look, all the kings men, all I'm saying is change has transformed my life. when I embrace change, because when you embrace change, you tackle it head on and you say, okay, what is my response to this? I'm not going to back down. I have to accept that change has happened. Now, what am I going to do? What is my response? So therefore, I have to prepare myself in order to even embrace change, to even face change. I have to do some preparation. I have to do some internal checking, not a checkbox, but some internal checking. Where am I? What's my mental capacity? What's my spiritual state right now? Once you do that, then you can accept that, you know what, my life is about to be look, it's about to be transformed for the better, because many that reject change often get left behind. They are forgotten. They end up like cobwebs. When you don't go in the area for so long, what happened? Cobwebs end up in that area. That lets you know that there is nothing that have changed. It's stale. Look, nobody wants to be around anything that's stale. They like freshness. That's why streams and rivers, they always bring life. It brings new life. It renews life. It washes away the old and bring in the new. Look, that's what change does. It allows the old to be flushed and allows room for the new to come in, and allows for growth for you to blossom. As look, you don't believe it. Look at the grass, the flowers every year. They come for a season, they die. What you do? You make way, you tear that out, and you put something new. If you don't believe it, look, leave them dead flowers there. Change, stay still. You're gonna have dead flowers. Look, and people gonna look like, "Ooh, it's a dead thing at that house." But when you put flowers, you put new color there. For those that's into flowers, if you put new color, they'll be like, "Ooh, it's vibrant over there. There's life over there." That's what change does. It transforms you and it brings life. So look, we was talking about areas that having success in, areas that you're not having success in. There's some things that God may be trying to tell you about those areas that you're not having success in. You might not change, maybe what's needed, and you are neglecting change. Change causes you sometimes to have to abandon the past. And I call what flush the toilet. Flush the toilet on that old stuff. It's necessary. I urge you to do what's necessary. The Friday assessment is going to allow you to look, put the x-ray lenses on, and do what's necessary. Allow your life to be transformed by change, all the King's men. I thank you for joining in. My prayer is that you have been blessed by what you have heard today. My prayer is that your life has been transformed by what you heard today. Why? Because change is inevitable. All the King's men, drop me a line, drop me a like, drop me something. Let me know what's going on. Let me know how the word have transformed your life just by stopping by today. So all the King's men, my prayer is that you have a blessed day, blessed weekend, and a blessed week to come. And until next time, be blessed.